So Carbone is the Brits, and then the Chinese players playing as the Dutch. I think that's the Dutch we saw that fought I Am Turk, so this should be quite nice. A Dutch versus Brit is always a fun matchup, because if the Dutch is pretty well versed, I feel like they have a nice advantage out of the gate because they're working with skirmishers, whereas the Brits are doing muskets, so it does force the Brit to think more about hussars then, because the skirms can really be leverage against them. So we might see a stable start here by Carbone. Maybe. If he thinks that skirms will be an issue. Perhaps. We'll have to see though, you know. Because it's literally two different powerful economy systems going up against each other. For the Dutch, it's their access to the banks. And then for the Brits, they're using their manor boom. So they're trying to build as many of these manor houses as possible. And get free villagers from them. So it really is a good test of how having extra villagers really does against a building that's literally trickling you coin. Yeah, big time. That should be fun either way. Alright, so why do the Dutch run? So the Dutch are running the same deck they did against I Am Turk, it looks like. So you got your Bosniak, Reuter, Hussar, Skirm, Halb. Everything here looks pretty standard. This. Okay. Should be a good battle, though. Yeah. Whereas the British, 1v1. So he's got 2 crates of wood, 2 crates of gold, longbow, musket, all of the heavy infantry cards there. He does have hit points with the hussars. It's got spice trade. Okay. Should be quite nice. Pioneers can be good in a pinch if you need some defense. Alright, so at this stage, Dutch going up with a 15 village rage up there. They were able to pump out about 12 merchants, and then they shipped in 3. That should make the acquisition of the 350 food and wood for the first bank pretty easy. So he's going to go up with the core master. That's going to give him a nice 400 wood. And then he's probably going to ship in about 700 wood after that, and then he should be able to get down like 4 banks at least, maybe 5. We saw in the game against I Am Turk, this player was able to pump out about 5 banks, so it's probably what we're going to see here as well. Those banks will be quite good for pumping out tons of coin, and it'll ensure that really the Dutch player can really just go infinite skirms against muskets if Carbone was to go muskets. But then if he does add in Hussar, you're going to have to go in with your own Hussars, unless you want to chop and do some pikemen then. Yeah. So where are we at now? Halfway to Core Master. Carbone is a little bit ahead, and he's going up with the Governor. Hello, Governor. It gives him about 200 coin and outposts. So if British does want to go stable start here in the event of skirmishers, he would be able to afford about 2 hussars out of that coin reward, so that's quite good. Yeah. We'll see what he ends up doing here. Maybe he can pull it off with muskets, who knows. Alright, so he's got his outpost right here, right? Yep. Brit does open barracks. Okay. Maybe he presumes he's going to go stable or something. Maybe. Or maybe he thinks he can push the advantage early on because he has the quicker age up. So right now, Dutch is on 1 bank here. He's going to ship in about 700 wood, it looks like. Yeah. Oh, now I understand what's going to happen. I just figured it out. So this is something that I fell into very easily in my tournament games here. So if you can't get your military up quick enough as the Dutch and just focus too much on banks, a musketeer rush can actually defeat the Dutch while they're setting up their economy. So I think what Carbone is going for here is a timing attack with his muskets. while the Dutch player is still concerned with getting their banks up. Yeah. I feel like when your opponent is going potentially muskets, you do need to adjust your bank macro so that you can, you have to adjust your bank macro so that you basically don't get brushed out of the gate too much by musket. But see, this is a problem too. He's going stable. He's assuming stable, but he knows his opponent's main unit is the musketeer. This is going to be quite dangerous because now, after he's done picking up this 320 XP treasure, which is a very big advantage, by the way, for the Brit player, he's going to be rushing you with muskets in your base, and those hussars are going to be like paperweights. Well, they're not going to be paperweights, but it's not going to be favorable in that matchup. No, it's not going to be that good. Gringo got paid to do this thing. Oh, hey, thanks for letting everybody know. Yeah. It's pretty fun though, you know. It's quite enjoyable. It's quite enjoyable. I like this. You get to see some really strong people in this tournament. You know, JulianK. You got Revnak. You got all the big names here in this tournament. So, if you're gonna cover anyone in the tournament, you want to cover these people. He just really knows what they're doing. Yeah. Okay, so we do have 4 hussars here. Let's see if he goes for a raid in this area right around here. Let's find out. Get a Vil. Okay. I mean, it doesn't hurt that much against the Brits. That's one thing I'll notice when you're fighting the British. They don't... When they lose a villager, it's like whatever, man, because they're so ahead in vills anyways. It's not that fatal for them. They don't like it when you raid them because they obviously want to maintain that villager advantage, but to lose a vill or two, it's not the end of the world. Whereas for another civ like Dutch, if they lose too many vills, yeah, that can hurt a bit. But only if they lose it. Oh, he's going after his bank first. See, this is something that I dealt with too. They go after your banks too when they go musket rush against the Dutch. And if they get a bank down, it's so bad. Because this is a huge loss. And it gives them the Brit player gets like 280 XP by taking out a bank, folks. Unbelievable. Look at how much XP he gets. Almost enough for a shipment there. Went like, whoop! Yeah. This is what happened to me. Like, this happened to me 2 times during the tournament. Literally. It happened to me against Iroga, and it happened to me against Batu. So you're probably going to see this tonight. You're going to see this happen to me twice. This is like what happened to me. I made too many banks, and then the musket rush got me. I think in the first one, I didn't even get to my barracks up. And I messed it up, and then the other one I got some skirms, but because the player had so many muskets, I think they went double barracks musket or something, I had no way of dealing with it. So, this felt like I was looking in a mirror. It really does. I was like, deja vu. That happened to me.